Have you looked into different cadet programs that are out there? Have you searched online to find the best cadet program? And you know how difficult that can be because there's so many factors to consider. Well, as an airline pilot myself, I have been through that journey. I remember when I started my journey, I was looking online, looking for information everywhere, but I couldn't find anything to help. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some factors that I've gathered that I think has made this cadet program one of the best ones out there. If you're new here, my name is Stephen Ojo, and on this channel we'll talk about aviation and how you can achieve your goal as an aspiring aviator. So I hope that I can give you more information like this if that's what you're interested in. So with that said, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share this video. And of course, if you have questions, leave them in the comment section below. I would respond to them when I can. Have you seen the American Airlines Cadet Academy program? Well, that is the program I'll be talking about in this video. If you are currently looking for a cadet program to sign up for, I think this should be one of the top ones on your list. And here are my reasons. Now, before I share my reasons with you, I want to outline some of the things I would cover in this video. The first one is cost. The second one is the time it takes to actually complete the program. The third thing is the resources that is available to you through this academy. Fourth one is your career options and progression. The domiciles will be mentioned as well. And of course, there's some things I don't like. I'll cover that in this video. And of course, my last but not least is recommendation. When you're looking for a cadet program, you're looking for something that will give you all the things that you need in order to get started and start working as a professional pilot. As you know, there's so many airlines that are now offering these cadet programs, and in particular, American Airlines has partnered with two banks. In this case, one is the Credit Union, which is owned by American Airlines, and you have Discovery. Now, that is how the funds are provided for you to train. Now, the next question is, where is the training actually conducted? Well, you have two organizations that are providing this training. One is by CAE in Phoenix, Arizona, and the other one is by Coast Flight in Texas. Now let's talk about the cost of training. If you choose to train with CAE, it's going to cost you around $92,400. I mean, that's a lot of money, but in comparison to other cadet programs out there, this is not far off at all. So I think this is pretty much competitive amongst other cadet programs out there. With CAE, it's going to cost you $92,400, but this is in Phoenix, Arizona, and that's the only location that this training will be conducted. If you choose Coast Flight, it's going to cost you around $99,400, but they have various campuses in Texas, about 3 campuses or so, or maybe even more than 3 actually, in Texas, and they have some in California and I think in New Mexico as well. But the point here is this: you have options when you go with Coast Flight. It's a little bit higher. It's going to cost you about $99,400. Now, how is this funded? It's either funded by American Airlines Credit Union or Discovery Student Loans. Now, let's talk about American Airlines Credit Union. From the name, you know it's a credit union. The benefit of a credit union over regular banks is that credit unions generally operate more for the members. So they are not typically out for profit, which means that they generally offer better rates. Talking about rates, the rates offered through American Airlines will range from 5.99% through 10.24% for a student, depending on your credit rating. And that is where this becomes very important, because if your credit score isn't as good, you'll probably be on the higher end of that interest rate. Whereas if you have a very good credit rating, then you'll be on the lower hand. On the other hand, with Discover Student Loans, it's going to cost around 8.99% APR. You can see it's a little bit higher than the lower end of American Airlines Credit Union, which is why, for me personally, I would do a fixed interest rate of about, not more than 6%, 6 to 7%, depending on your credit rating. Now, that's still quite high, but again, that's the environment we operate in right now. During your training, you are assigned mentors, and the importance of this can be immeasurable if you think about it. Being new to flight training can be challenging, and not having someone in your corner can be difficult. Yes, your instructor can be in your corner. Yes, your admissions officer can be in your corner, but you need someone that has actually gone through it and has actually made it through to the airlines and to the big leagues, right? Someone that has actually gone through that journey, gone through the ups and downs, and they can share with you how you can minimize time, cost, and just the emotional toll it could take on you. And that's, again, one of the reasons why I have this channel, because I'm here to share this information with you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing now. Now, let's talk about the mentorship. All right, that mentorship program goes a long way, because you just don't want to focus on training alone. You want to focus on the big picture of your goal that is ahead of you. And by having someone guide you on how to speed up that process, and in case you go through any struggles or some falls or downfall during that period, at least you have someone to look up to that can help you refocus, okay? Because this goes a long way. Remember, one of the things I always share is the ability to overcome your struggles when they come, because struggles will come, and being able to overcome them is very important. A lot of people will start training and give up due to their struggle. You don't want to be that. That's why a mentor is very important. The timeline of this program is 18 months of training, which they call the instruction phase. And then you have 24 months of time building, which is where you start to instruct other people to build time in order to get your 1,500 hours to join the airlines. Something to keep in mind, these numbers can vary, because if you do have maybe a degree, or if you do have some experience, those timelines will vary. One important thing to keep in mind as you're going through training is your career opportunities. And this is something that you also want to consider now, even before you even start your training at all. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is this cadet program offers the opportunity to work for the wholly owned regional airlines that are operated by American Airlines. In this case, you have PSA, Envoy, and Piedmont that are wholly owned by American Airlines. And these are areas in which you can fly, smaller jets or mid-sized jets and build your experience to be able to join the mainline American Airlines. The reason why this is a very good program is because of the fact that they offer that opportunity to 3 wholly owned airlines. Think about that. Those are 3 areas of opportunities that are accessible to you just by completing this program. The other important thing is these airlines are also hiring, they're growing, and they pay very well. Talking about airlines and the 3 options you have, you also then have multiple domiciles to choose from. For example, one of the things I always mention is, as a pilot that commute, which I do myself, it takes a lot of time and energy, and just you lost time away from family, which is why by having these 3 wholly owned airlines that you can work for means that you have multiple options to choose from, multiple bases to choose from, and different areas of domicile, right? Which means you can maybe position yourself to live in base and work for these airlines, which would make your life a lot easier. Now, is there something I don't like about this program? Well, there's one thing that I found, and that is the fact that if for any reason you want to start making your payment earlier than the timeline that they've scheduled for you, then what they do is that the payment you make, instead of it going towards principal, would only go towards the interest. And then once the interest is fully paid off, then you start to pay the principal. I don't like that approach. I would prefer an approach in which you can make payments to both the principal and the interest. That way, if you make your payments towards the interest and you have extra, you can make it towards your principal, so that at least you can start to beat down that principal, so that your interest amount doesn't keep growing as much because you're beating down the principal. My recommendation in this video is this: if you're choosing to do any cadet program, I always encourage people to try to get their private pilot license at first. This goes a long way. First thing is, it would reinforce your decision to pursue this as a career. One of the worst mistakes people would make is to choose to start this training on a loan and then finish private with, let's say, 20,000, 30,000, and realize that this is not what they want to do. Now you're stuck with $30,000 loan that is accruing interest, and you have to start paying it back, and you still could not achieve that goal. That is one of the reasons why I would encourage, if for any reason you want to pursue this, try to fund your private. Just try as much as possible to do that. If you can do that, then you are sure that this is what you want to pursue. The second benefit to that is when you then go towards the cadet programs, it gives you an upper hand because you already have a private, you already have some experience, and it won't cost you as much money to complete the rest of the program. Trust me, It does work and it goes a long way. I hope you found value in this one. If you have, please drop a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.